Um, uh, it's taking me so long to do this video. I feel really awkward. Mm, like, I don't know. I just feel like almost like I'm panicking. So this video is going to address where I've been. Um, yeah, and I'm calling it the funk experience. I hope you enjoy. So yeah, 2021 was very, very tough for me. I've had so many tough years moving back to Nigeria, trying to figure out things, but like it was really tough for me mentally. Normally I can push through, but this time I feel like my body, my mind just gave up on me because I had pushed myself too hard. And yes, I wasn't asking for help. I thought I could do more than, I could. So, yeah. In October, I shared that, oh, yeah, I was waiting for a miracle. I just, that you guys pray for me. Hopefully, something I was waiting on, something I was hoping would happen, a change in a shift in my work would happen. And yeah, of course, it didn't. And I had been waiting for this thing for a long time, for a shift, for things to finally make sense. But it didn't happen the way I expected it to happen. And yeah, I'll talk about how my prayers got answered, but it wasn't pretty. So it wasn't pretty at all. The funk experience is, all of us go through it, it can be in the middle of the year, at the beginning of the year, depending on what you've been through. I went through mine in the last quarter, and that's quite tough because that's when everybody looks back on things and says, oh, okay, wow, I made progress this year. This is what I achieved. I feel like as everyone was counting all the things they achieved, I was walking the other direction, counting my losses. That's what I thought then. So how did I get into the funk? Well, a lot of things happened. Obviously, what I expected didn't happen for me. And yeah, I was taking hits that I didn't need to take. I didn't ask for help at the right time. I learned so many not so great things about myself through that experience, because when you're in a storm, it brings out all your weaknesses to the forefront and you can see it. And being a perfectionist, someone that likes everything to be perfect and to be viewed in a certain way, I wasn't looking my best in those situations. So yeah, I had to address a lot of things about myself, and it wasn't pretty. So there was a lot of regret, there was a lot of sadness, there's a lot of shame, guilt. Yeah, I felt like a loser. I won't lie to you. Like, I felt like a failure. Like, when you just see certain patterns in your life and you're just like, "Ugh, why don't I just do this?" And, you now have to travel back and see why you keep making certain decisions. Like mine was not asking for help from the people that would support me, that I knew love me. I don't know why I just felt like I had to carry things on my own. And that's one thing that I did that I feel that, was tough for people around me. Like, I think I cried out too late, and that's how I have been. I hope that's the past. For a long time, like, I push till I can't physically move, and that's not healthy. So yeah, that's how I got into the funk, and my mind, my body just literally shut down, and I couldn't handle anything anymore. And I had to be honest. I had placed all these expectations on myself that no one put on me, and made everyone feel like I was okay, but I wasn't okay. So I eventually had to cry out last minute to say, wow, okay, I'm drowning. I'm drowning. This is so hard. And yeah, that was it. That's how I got into the funk, and I'm going to share the experience. I'm going to be very honest about it, what I was doing, how I felt. So if you've ever felt like this, then you know you won't feel bad about it. I will talk about nutrition. I was eating one meal for like 3 days, like a very tiny meal. I had no appetite. I just, the shame, the negative emotions didn't even allow me to digest food. I had no desire to eat. Next thing, I have my notes here, so I'm trying to remember everything. I watch things in movies about people being depressed and not. Like, I know depression. I speak to people that have gone through depression, but like me, like not showering till like 11 p.m. That was shocking for me. Like, I wasn't showering till late because I needed an activity to do. So I would shower at 11 p.m. and at night I would wait for morning. In the morning I would wait for night. I would rather be in traffic wasting the day because I didn't want to face myself. I would cry in the shower. I couldn't even speak English because I wasn't sleeping, so my speech was disorganized. That happens to me from time to time. I had social anxiety. I didn't want to go out. I just was just very paranoid. I just didn't want to be out. I have panic attacks, and then it was bad, but I feel now that's a whole different conversation. I feel like I feel it now, but now it's actually physical pain that I feel because the fear of my experience, the aftershock is a lot. I felt really lonely. I felt like a loser. I felt like a failure. I never thought that I could have like negative self-talk. I spoke to myself negatively during that time. I just wanted to disappear. Like, I wish I could just like go into the ground and just disappear and just not exist. That's what I felt like. I would just lay in bed in silence. Like, I didn't have anything to occupy myself with. And that's another thing that we have to think about, like your identity. Like, what do you like to do? Like, live your life, have a life. Because I'd had no show. Everything was work for me. Everything has always been work for me. You know, I always turn everything to work. If it's even a movie, I would turn it to work. Like, I would do something. So I didn't have anything to turn to. I was just, I would just lay silent, blank. Yeah. So like, all I could do was I couldn't control anything. So all I could do was to control my environment, and that's just something like my room, like turning on a diffuser to change the scent. That's what I could control. I have smart lights in my room, so turning it to blue lights or turning it to yellow, or to just soothe me. Like, I was very dependent on essential oils before. Like, I would say, oh yeah, they are calming, but like I really used them to calm my nerves. Was it working? I don't know, but I just felt like something has to help this girl. Like, I need to be helped. So yeah, I couldn't control anything, so I just tried to control my room. I couldn't control when I slept. I just couldn't control anything because my mind was just blank. I literally could not do anything, and I would just like to say that it's okay to not be okay. And that's why I'm saying all these things that I went through, like for like 2 months, 3 months. It was a struggle for me. So one thing that helped me was speaking to my mom a lot. Through that I became, I was learning to now be vulnerable and sharing more with my mom. So that was really good. Dressing up helped me. Like, I would have nowhere to go because there was no work anymore, and all the things I tied my identity to were not there anymore. So I would dress up for no reason. And my mom does that a lot, so I always wondered why. But yeah, clearly there's a reason she does it. So I would dress up for no reason, dress nice for no reason. And yeah, like till the end of, I literally wanted to just press delete on the whole year. And yeah, the last day of the year, something great happened in my life. Something I've been praying for manifested and just made me know that God is still with me. I planned, I wore one nice outfit, colorful. I was dressing the opposite of how I felt. Like dressing the opposite. If I dressed like how I felt, I would have just looked like a zombie. Like I literally just tried to get myself out or look like I was okay. So with all these things I mentioned, I would just like to say, and like this is an update. I am getting out of this funk. Things are getting better. I'm getting back into reality. I'm dreaming again. I'm, thinking of a plan to do something bigger and better. I had to put things in place. I had to put a lot of things in place. I had to and commit to them because I was counting down days that like what day will I feel better? But I knew it was in the future. So I started planning for the future. I reached out to a trainer to start working out. I booked a session with a nutritionist. I, started investing in my hobbies. I'm going to start drumming. I started learning French. This seems a lot, but I started breaking it down. So in January, I started some, and each one I had an accountability partner. So I started journaling. I have this tassel planner that I've been journaling in. It's a small place for me to write, so I don't write too much. I just write some things. I started therapy myself. And it was, yeah, it is great. I've taken a break now, but it was great. Like one of the things I want to do this year is to rekindle childlikeness. I found one of my portfolios from when I was younger that my parents kept for me, thank God. And I've just seen my personality. Like it's still like who I am somewhere underneath, but in that whole quest of being perfect, I've lost that person, that carefree person, that person that is open to adventure, that person that always tries their best and they try and if it doesn't work out, like it's okay. That doesn't hold things to their chest. But apparently I've always been like that because I asked my mom and she said that, yeah, I don't like making mistakes. Like from when I was little, I never liked making mistakes and I always wanted to be perfect. Like I remember going into bouncing castles and always checking my earrings are in place and everything. Like I don't know where I got that from, but I guess that it would be used for God's glory. But yeah, but that freedom, like I used to feel like I didn't care about a lot of things when I was younger. Yeah, I just would just move. I would do things. I spent a lot of time alone and I would create an adventure. I would just be myself. And I feel like I've lost that and I want to rekindle that. So that's why I'm going back to the things I used to do, like playing the drums, signing up for things that I'm not even good at. Like I did that. I don't believe I can sing, but I would sign up for singing competitions. I would do the music exam and I don't care. Like I wouldn't care whether I could sing or not. I would do it. You can do it, I can do it. Like that was me. I tried everything. So where did I lose that person? I was confident in whatever I did and I faced a lot of opposition. People will laugh at me and all, but I actually did not care. So I want to find that person that is ready to try out businesses and try out jobs and not be good at it and still be okay. Like I've done, this page where I make drinks. I'm not good at editing. Even this YouTube thing, I'm not good at doing it, but I'm doing it. However it's going to look, I will use something to make it look okay. Like, I'm learning and I'm grateful to be growing, and people will be seeing me, ah, wow, this girl is growing. Or like to be growing in, I don't know, your eyes, to see me grow. My English is a bit mixed up, but I guess you understand what I'm trying to say. So I just want to be me, and I want to be free. I want to be true to myself. That is all I desire this year. So I just want to be. I've realized that I'm enough. I've had so many conversations that, you know, with people that maybe I felt like, maybe I wasn't doing enough, I wasn't a great person. And they've made me see that, man, you've always been exactly what I've needed. You're my friend for this reason. You're amazing the way you are. Even with the things I do, the work I do, I realized that I've always had everything I needed. I just have to maximize it. I don't have to try too hard. It is already in me. So yeah, that's where I've been. I've been in a funk and I'm coming out of it. It is tough to come out of something hard. To heal is hard. Like, I read all these things. I know these things. I tell people these things, but to experience it is a whole new thing. So when I said my prayers were not answered the way I wanted them to be answered, the miracle I wanted did not happen, but a greater miracle happened. I discovered myself. The answers weren't what I expected. It was better. So I accepted that, I'll experience shifts in my work, things will start working out, everything will start making sense. But no, things shut down. But in the pain, I discovered so much about myself. I discovered what I really liked. I felt free letting go of this thing, this image, this perfection. I felt free. I felt like God was just like, babe, you're not yourself anymore. Like, please just come home. Just come home. Just come. Let me just take care of you, So it set me free from everyone's expectations I put on myself. It set me free from being perfect and having everything work a certain way. And it made me embrace myself just the way I am. Knowing that I am enough, just enough. Like, be me. You can get into this trap of constantly developing yourself. I got into that because I've been criticized a lot with no basis, from in a lot of situations where people just say, you think you're so cool, you think you're a queen. Okay, how? No one ever tells me how. So I've always been introspective. I'm constantly trying to improve, asking people like I'm some kind of what you call that, survey monkey. How can I be better? How can I be a better friend? Constantly improving, and I have never just been okay. All the improvements, can I just see, oh, who am I? This shaking I experienced in my life with everything up in the air revealed myself. Made me know that I'm built on a solid rock, Jesus Christ, honestly, because everything that I went through, with everything that I went through, I didn't expect to be able to do this. I didn't expect to bounce back from it. Am I fully back? I'm healing. I'm working towards it. But the bold choices I made in this past few months and weeks, I'm so shocked. And it shows me that there's a greater one within me than I ever imagined. And all this time that I've been spending, in the secret place with God, has done so much in me that I never ever thought. Because I'm very jokey, I'm very chilled. I don't really think I'm serious, but wow, God is strong in me, so So I just want to encourage anyone. If you're going through anything tough, just know that it's going to get better. Like, healing is hard, standing in your pain is hard, letting go is hard, but you know, walking towards your true self is the best decision you can make. Letting go of those expectations you've put on your own self is the best decision you can take. Being free and staying free, knowing you're enough, is the best decision that you can make. So just be true to you. That's what I'm going to do on here. I'll get better, obviously. I'm not going to just be filming anyhow, but this is my situation. I don't have a filming room. I'm on the floor. I don't have good background. There are people talking and making noise, but this is my life and I'm going to get better, so be you and allow yourself grow. And if you're going to grow in front of people, good. If not, then whatever. But so I'm going to do more videos to share how I got out of the funk, or how I'm getting out of the funk, because I don't think I'm fully out, but at least I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm waking up at the right time, kind of. And yeah, I'm doing better than I ever thought. So I'll be sharing that. So take care of yourselves and yeah, be true to you. Bye, guys.